Okay, first we're going to talk about trampoline etiquette. Okay, first we have to take off our shoes, because if you wear shoes on the trampoline, it's bad for it. Second, make sure everything on the trampoline is cleared off. Third, you have to take all jewelry off and take everything out of your pockets. Fourth, make sure everybody around you is clear and don't hit anybody. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about the basics of the trampoline and how to do everything. Okay, this is how to jump and how not to jump. So first, this is how to jump. You got to keep your back straight and make sure that you don't land on your ankles. And make sure when you land, your knees are bent like this, so they're not locked. Because if they're locked and you land, it can hurt really bad sometimes, and you can end up going to the hospital. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to stop jumping when you are jumping, so you don't just bounce around and fall over. So when you're jumping, when you land, just have your feet go up, kind of, and bend your knees a lot, so it goes like this. And okay, now this is going to be a step up from basics. The basics were just jumping and all that. This, I'm going to teach you how to do a somersault and a seat drop. Don't forget the seat drop. Okay, this is how you do a somersault. You got to bend your neck forward, and you pretty much just put your arms out in front of you, and you just pretty much go into it. And then you just kind of whip yourself back up. And this is how you do a seat drop. You're just jumping, and you land on your butt. You can bounce back. Okay, now that we got all the easy stuff out of the way, I'm going to teach you some tricks. The first trick I'm going to teach you is a front flip. Some of these tricks might seem hard to you at first, but when you learn them for the first time, they're actually really easy at the hundreds of times to do them next. So this is a front flip. It's pretty much the same as a somersault, but it's just in the air, so you're jumping, and you do a somersault in the air pretty much. And your hat comes off. One thing to know about the front flip is it's a blind landing, meaning you don't know where you're going to land, but you can usually sense it from where your body is. But backflip is easier. Okay, this is the backflip. It seems a lot harder than a front flip, but really it's a lot easier because it's not blind landing, so you can see where you're landing, and yeah, it's just easier. So, to start off a backflip, you gotta arch your back like this, and put your head back, and that's while you're jumping, so I'll show it to you in a minute. Yeah, you do that, and then to land, you just look at where you're gonna land, and bring your feet there. It's pretty easy. This is a backflip. I'm going to show you a 360, which is a lot easier, and I don't know why it's paired up with the backflip and the front flip, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, this is really easy. You just pretty much swing your arms that way, and the force will carry you with it. Next, I'm going to do some amateur tricks. They're a little bit harder than the basic tricks, and a lot harder than the 360. The first first one is going to be a side flip. So how you do a side flip is pretty much as you're jumping, when you're in the air, you throw yourself to the side and curl up in a little ball. And then it's a blind landing like the front flip, just not as blind. So, just land it. Okay, this is a side flip. Okay, this next one is a back flip, but I'm not going to land on my feet, I'm going to land on my stomach. So, pretty much you just don't go as far into the back flip as the normal one, and you gotta, when you land, you have to remember to keep your chin up and have your limbs spread apart so nothing gets hurt. So this one's pretty easy to get yourself hurt with. This is a backflip with the stomach landing. This next one is pretty much just combining a couple of the tricks I already taught you, and I'm just going to do a backflip and then go into a front flip without bouncing in between, so it stays the same trick.
Go.
This is the backflip to the front flip. Okay, this one is a fake face plant. It's going to look like I'm going to land on my face on the trampoline, but right before I land, I'm going to flip out of it. So it's pretty much the same thing as a front flip, except you're going to turn a lot later, and it's a lot scarier. Okay, here's the fake face plant. I'm going to teach you some advanced tricks, but I'm not actually going to teach them to you, I'm just going to show you them, because you probably need some trampoline experience before you even attempt these. So, the first one is going to be a backflip 360. Okay, here it is. Now is the front flip 360. Same thing as a backflip, just front flip. It's harder, a lot harder. Here I go. Okay, this next one is one that's not really like any of the other ones that we've seen. It does involve a front flip, but it's not like the other one. Here is the back to front to back. Okay, last but not least is, I call it a double front flip sometimes, but it's not really. It's pretty much 1.5 front flips. I'm going to land on my back. That's all I have for you today. Join me next time when I don't do anything else.
John. Never mind.